Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting week where we talk about the league. I cannot tell you how special of an episode this is, as I am joined for a one on one with the ADC for Option 12, the first team to cinch their place in the playoffs, and that is Ace. Ace, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Clinched playoffs, heading into bye week. One more week left to play, and I get to be back in my old seat on the podcast. No complaints here.
You heard it first, folks. He has no interest in playing, taking the week off, gonna be rusty. Team week 6, option 12 going down. Very exciting prediction. I love to hear that. And you know who brought us that insane prediction just now, Ace?
Was that old host Justin?
That was Old Host. Old Host is one of the official sponsors of the LCUS, and you can sponsor. You can support Old Host, and Old Host will support us. If you sign up at oldhost.net and click the promotions tab for details, every sign up using the coupon code LCUS, 100% of all the profits will be donated back to us. Time is limited for this promotion, so sign up today and help support the LCUS. Now, uh, this past week was pretty exciting matches. Nine lives regenerated, hopped in that chamber to prepare for this upcoming week, which we'll also talk about. But last week, you played the first set, Gale Force. Went 0-2. It was pretty expected by most. I said that Gale Force still had a chance, but that didn't happen. What happened? Tell me from your perspective what happened in that set.
Well, I think pick a band wise, um, we had a good strategy coming into it to target Stelios in the top lane a little bit, and then the substitute mid laner. They left a few comfort picks for both the games for us. Which you kind of have to do since we have probably four comfort picks. So unless you steal one away right away, we're going to get something that we want. Um, the games are still pretty close. We gave up a Baron almost both games, and we couldn't get game two closed to save our lives. They definitely put up a really good fight. Looking forward to seeing them play versus Northern Storm this coming week, actually, right?
I think it's going to be one heck of a shindig. But talking about your set, Gale Force have have this big. They build up and they build up, but they can't close it out. They never really get that early lead that allows them to snowball. Uh, what does Gale Force do? Because there's a very narrow window for them and us at Northern Storm to really get into the playoffs. I mean, so narrow, it's like someone forgot to close the window or left it cracked, or maybe it was built that way, but it's that narrow. What does their path look like?
You just have to focus on yourself and your own gameplay. Um, you have to get that 4-0 to have a chance to the playoffs. So you can't really be worried about what anyone else is doing. Either way, ending on a 4-0 or even any more wins, ending the season is good. Maybe uh, a little bit more practice this week coming up since it's such a critical week. But everyone has their lives, and um, I think they just need to believe they can do it. They've been having good games.
Oh yeah, and this it's a shame that this team didn't go off like we expected they would. I thought there would be a real force, especially with Stelio leading them. But it just was so close the entire time. But there's still time for them to shine. I hope it's not this week, but there's still time. Speaking of shining, Team Phoenix. What in the world? They've had trouble lighting themselves on fire this entire time, and if they burned any brighter during the set versus Blitzkrieg, the screen would have went white. I was so excited to watch those matches, and I called it for Blitzkrieg. I think they still are contention for the best team in the league right now. But Phoenix, they showed very little weakness in that match.
Yeah, they had to substitute AD carry, and they still managed to play their wombo combo team comps together, right? Um, Blitzkrieg looked pretty good both games as well, but Van Hohenheim, as he tends to, just kind of neutralized the mid lane, and his fiddlesticks, he's played 4 games in a row, I believe, has shown to be pretty deadly.
Oh yeah, and it's such a strong answer to assassin picks, which Blitzkrieg is Exia. Probably, I don't want to know. I don't want to say if he's the star of the team, but he generates so much pressure. It's kind of like he got his own gravitational field. So yeah, it was definitely a good matchup for them. Now, you know what wasn't a good matchup was Northern Storm into White Wolf. Um, as someone that was there during that experience, game one, I don't think we committed when we had advantages. At one point, we did have a 5K gold lead. We maintained the lead all the way until like the last 5 minutes of the match, but we just couldn't ever turn it into anything after they were able to get online and stabilized. Game two, I we couldn't stop the snowball. Once they got going, we just could not stop.
Yeah, no, I was lucky enough to step in to cast the games. That game one was great and definitely showed what Northern Stars were showing the whole split of quality, always having a chance. But what do you think was the turning point in game one that stopped the 5K gold lead?
I think it's the same problem that Northern Storm we have had probably the entire split is when we leave laning phase, we do not perform near as well. We're strong individual lanes. I feel like WD Fan and I definitely have some synergy. We showed it this past weekend with MF and Malphite. I feel confident in Infinite in the mid lane as he performed pretty well with Echo. The whole team, I do feel, is competent in their own individual lane, but once you get out of laning phase, our macro isn't very good.
Yeah, that happens. Unfortunate though. You guys can pull it through. 4-0. That's all you have to worry about going on.
Psst, ain't nothing. Not even close. I'm taking off the weights, Ace. It's time to show y'all what a real Super Saiyan looks like, and I'm gonna show that this week. Poison Ivy, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna show you how to carry as a support. But do you know the best way that you can get some of these in-game skills? Let's take them out of game, man. I've been really working on my league play outside of my computer, and I've been doing that with Nero. I'm able to take the massive battle arena offline with Nero LARP. Nero LARP is a live action role play that has chapters all over the United States. Visit NeroLARPonline.com for more information. Uh, so playoffs.
Playoffs.
Whew.
Talk about
That,
playoffs.
that is a heavy, heavy word right now. It's been said that this split, we have never had a more balanced lineup than the teams that we have right now. And with exception of the two bottom teams, Gale Force and Northern Storm, which we still do have a window in, there is not a big point differential between the top five teams.
Yeah, that's for sure. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, Blitzkrieg was smashing the table, being very far ahead of everybody, and now they're sitting in the middle of the pack with one game left in the season for them. Option 12, we clinched playoffs with our 10 points, which, as split 3 showed, that about 10 points is how much you need to make the playoffs. We also have our one game left versus 9 lives. But then all the rest of the teams have 2 games left to play and can each get into the playoffs. Um, Gale Force and Northern Storm both need a 4-0, and then they also need White Wolf and Blitzkrieg to both no White Wolf and 9 lives to both go 0-4 to make it.
It's going to be hard. That is a suboptimal outcome. But let's take it outside of that purview with Phoenix. Okay, I think they have a high chance of success here. Going in, they've got 9 lives this upcoming week, which they've shown a lot of strength with the changes that they've had in the jungle. And versus Northern Storm, I think they are a very large favorite. So I think they're going to clinch it. What do you think?
Yeah, they only need one more point, I believe, to clinch playoffs. They definitely if they 2-0 or get 2 wins during that set of games, they'll make playoffs. One of the teams that I'm interested to see how they do is 9 lives. They're sitting at 6 points right now, and tied with White Wolf, both with 2 games left to play. Neither playing each other, but Nine Lives definitely, if you're looking at the standings, has the hardest next 2 sets. They play Phoenix, who I believe is in second place right now. No, third place, but um, up in the standings, and then they play Option 12, and that they're first place. So they definitely are playing the 2 highest rated teams the next 2 weeks. Um, but nobody really has an easy road there.
No, not at all. But it has been an exciting split, and I am so ready for these playoffs. I hope our previews give you a little bit more of a sight into it. Please don't hesitate. Go to our Facebook page, look for our playoff threads, and please comment on what you think is going to be the best outcomes for the teams that you're rooting for. Keep it non-salty, folks. My blood pressure can't take it. Now, you the LCUS is always brought to you by Foster Adventure. Foster Adventure enhances the lives of teens in care by funding social, athletic, and educational opportunities, as well as items that give a sense of normalcy to teens in care. Promoting friendship, life skills, higher education, and hope in their future. Donate today. Opportunity awaits. And the best opportunity for you to donate is on our Twitch. Head over there, give us the follow, and while you're there, click the button to donate to Foster Adventure. Again, thank you, Foster Adventure, for sponsoring the LCUS this split. Now,
I believe that's a orange button.
Orange.
The giant orange button.
I don't see color, so I'll just trust that you know it. Folks, listen to this man. I've tested him. He knows his colors. At least a kindergarten level education. Don't let his speech deceive you, though.
Fair. So back on the matchups that we were just alluding to above. Right, Option 12's on bye. White Wolf and Blitzkrieg are the first set of games.
I think this is going to be a fun match to watch. White Wolf, definitely some maniacal geniuses when it comes to pick and ban. And that is definitely where the games with Blitzkrieg, in my opinion, are decided. If they are able to competently deal with Exia and washed up top laner, then I think that there's going to be a lot of success for them.
Yeah, this is Blitzkrieg's last game before playoffs. If they make playoffs, it's really important for them, in my opinion, anyways, to end up with a win under their belts. To well, first just like help get into playoffs, but also just get that confidence back that they might have lost after going 0-2. What do you think? How do you think their set's gonna go? What were you gonna call it?
I want to say that it's going to be Blitzkrieg 2-0. I'm always in White Wolf's corner, except when I'm playing them. Hashtag spy. But I don't know if they're going to be able to outfox them. Exia generates so much pressure in the mid lane that it allows the jungle to really penalize that bot side. And as someone that was able to play through that bot lane during both laning phases, I think it's going to be they have a difficult path ahead of them. So I'm going to give it to Blitzkrieg 2-0.
Okay. You're in the next set, so I know you don't want to give away your strategies, but you're versus Gale Force. You guys are both still in the playoff hunt. You both need this 2-0. I think you guys are going to get it. Gale Force has the sub in the mid lane again of Shakenson. And you guys also have a sub in the top laner. Shaken Not Stirred is stepping out for this match, and Shaden, split 2 champion 80 carry, is stepping in the top lane. Former top laner for Cowbell. What do you feel?
I feel that there isn't that much of a skill gap between our two teams, but I think our games have been much more convincingly closer. So if we can figure out what to do post 20 minutes, we can walk away 2-0. I think that's our best outcome. Is going to be 2-0. I don't know if Gale Force really have the closing power, even against a team like us. They haven't demonstrated it either. Uh,
Do Do you remember who Gale Force's win was versus?
um,
Was I think Phoenix or Nine Lives?
I think
Maybe
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah, it was Phoenix. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Third set. Very very important set for the playoffs. Team Phoenix versus Nine Lives. Um, Phoenix has been rolling recently. With Fiddlesticks in the mid lane and Fat Lee in the jungle. That's been a pretty dangerous team.
They've figured out their dynamic. I think it took time to get there, and with the change from a control jungler, as I've said 100 times, and I'll probably continue to say, Goon Stomp incredibly gifted, but he's more of a control jungler compared to Fat Lee with his hard aggression. So I think they found that winning combination. But non-lives, that bot lane, Gregosaurus, Brandana, it's just so difficult to deal with. I'm gonna give it 1-1.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be probably set of the night material.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 1-1 again. I think Phoenix probably has the advantage, just coming off of two really good weeks in a row, and Nine Lives having the bye. But Nine Lives is the king of the 1-1 so far this split, and I wouldn't be. I don't think no one's taking a 2-0 from him, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
You might be right, but oh, people, oh, congregation, please hear me when I bring the gospel of the coin, blessed be its name, to you. In set one, it's saying that it's going to be going to Team Blitzkrieg, while in set two, it betrays its number one priest, Sigtal Lord, by saying that Gale Force is going to smite the Stormbringers. But no problem there, as they are saying it is going to be with great levity and great equality that set three is going to end 1-1 as well. So, blessed be its name, coin. May your prophecies always come true, except when they're against me, and then I hope not.
The Battle of the Storm, set 2. You gotta prove the coin wrong, Sig.
It's so hard to fight Destiny, and the coin's been right, what, 25% of the time? So this is like a certainty.
Yeah, just like death and taxes.
That's right. Well, it looks like, folks, we do have some questions. Let's see if we can address some of these. Looking at it, which teams have the easier or easiest 2 weeks, including teams who have buys, in order to qualify for playoffs? Ace, what's your thought?
I thought you were gonna hand it over to the other guests, but I guess I'll take this one. I feel like Phoenix probably has the easiest road into playoffs. They have a 1-1 versus White Wolf, 2-0 versus Blitzkrieg. So if they end up tied in points with either of them, um, they'll get the spot. As well, White Wolf playing versus Blitzkrieg, who's been a little bit stumbling, as well as then Gale Force. Those two probably have the easiest road ahead.
I agree with that. I agree a lot.
Yeah. Next question. Do we think Phoenix is hitting their stride? Yeah, that's pretty obvious, right, Sig?
Maybe. It's easy whenever you get some new dynamics, especially after the rocky, not failed, but rocky start that they had. Fat Lee definitely brings some energy that Goon Stomp maybe didn't provide. So it very well could have been a new roster bump, something just to be excited about. We'll have to see if it continues coming up. I think so. I called it 1-1, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be the 1-1 too. But all right. What's the last question?
Has any folks, I'm going to read this question as it's presented to me. Has any thought
Has any
been
though?
though?
Has any
Thank
though?
you.
Yeah.
God, did I have a stroke?
No, that's just like you're looking at the word and you're thinking, why is this typo so horrible at the moment? But
Oh God. Be Still My Heart. Has any thought been given to allow teams to choose sides, as side selection does play a big part in pick ban?
I'll steal this one away. So during the regular season, every team is given red side and blue side for game number 1 3 times, and of course, then the way that it works is game number 2. You also have red and blue side 3 times. For playoffs, for this splits, we're definitely going to be sticking with higher seed is a blue side for game 1 and 3 and 5, and then lower seed will be red side for those games. It does play a big part of pick and ban, but that's a little bit why we're just leaving it up to how you're performing in the season.
Good answer, folks. You heard it here. That's going to be what we can expect as we move into playoffs, which we are very excited to do. I'm very excited to talk about it next week. Please, I hope you'll join us. This podcast does go up every Wednesday. Next week should be live again, so please make sure you head to Twitch. That's going to be around 8, correct? 8 Central Standard Time?
For the podcast?
Yes.
I believe it is 7:30 Central.
7:30. As a creature that exists outside of time, it's very difficult for me to understand things linearly. So please forgive me, but we're looking forward to that 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. Make sure you comment with us. We try and keep up. As always, please join us also on Twitch on Sundays for the LCUS games. They start at 5:30 Central Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you there. Make sure you follow. Also, follow us on all of our socials. We want to interact with you. And again, thank you to all our sponsors, but a big thank you to our Twitch Prime subscribers. You guys keep the channel going. You're what make this worth doing. Thank you so much. And again, I'm Sig Tall Lord, support for Northern Storm. Ace, thank you again for joining me while we talked about the league. Have a great week.